Today, we're spotlighting Joe Rogan. The thing I'm most impressed about when it comes to Joe Rogan is how unfazed he is. He's unfazed with people who like him and dislike him. This allows him to move forward and be consistent, growing his brand year after year. He's been podcasting since 2009, a comedian long before that. And yeah, Joe Rogan has been putting in the work. He's been doing the reps. He's had years where everyone loved him, and he's had years where everyone hated him. And he understands that there's cycles to everything, but that the most important thing is to stay consistent and move forward. So to me, there's a lot to be inspired by when it comes to Joe Rogan. There's a lot to learn from. And if you listen to any of his podcasts, they all contribute and add value to your life. One thing that's great about Joe Rogan as well is that he comes off as just a common man with common man experience, but he and his team are able to ask questions that are complex enough for the people who feel like they have somewhat of an understanding of the topic, but simple enough to where an average listener who just likes listening to the Joe Rogan podcast can also understand them as well. And he also keeps a very youthful spirit about him as well. I think he's in his 50s and maybe even scratching 60 right now, but he keeps a very youthful appearance about him, and it's really awesome to see and hear. But yeah, Joe Rogan is one of the GOATs. I hope to be a podcast guest of his someday. You know, obviously I've got a lot of work to do it now in between now and then, but definitely learning from his consistency, you know, and being unfazed in the good and the bad times has allowed him to move forward and really climb the ranks. So yeah, Joe Rogan is awesome. Thank you so much, man.